Good morning, friends. Today we are going to discuss the WNT signaling pathway. Myself, Dr. S.K. Sutrakar. So this pathway, this molecular pathway is very important in relation to the neoplasm. So let us begin. So we go through the normal. If we look this pathway, the normal pathway appears to be in this the WNT protein. These proteins are basically generated during the cell proliferation, and these proteins, when they stimulate the receptors, this receptor, they are called as Fitzgerald receptors, and along with this LRP receptors, they will stimulate and they phosphorylate and activate a protein. This protein is called a DSH protein, and the role of this DSH protein is to inhibit the function of destruction complex. And the destruction complex is made up of three important basically protein. The main important one is the APC, and it is the product of APC gene, and the duty of this APC is to hold the beta catenin. So when the cell in inactive state, most of the beta catenin is held and destroyed by this APC, and when this complex inhibited by the DSH protein due to the stimulation of WNT proteins, the beta catenin is basically free in the cytosol, and this beta catenin will go to the nucleus, and here it form a transcription complex with the transcription factor TCF and result in the cell proliferation. Another pathway is this WNT protein. They also stimulate the E-cadherin, and when this E-cadherin is stimulated by the WNT protein, it result in this E-cadherin, basically it holds the 50% of beta catenin, and whenever it is stimulated by the WNT proteins, this this beta catenin is free in the cytosol, and this result in the formation of transcription complex with the tissue factors TCF and result in the cell proliferation. So this is the normal mechanism which basically undergoes within the cell. So this is the diagrammatic view. Here we can see in the left side the WNT receptors. In the resting cell you can see the WNT receptors, and there is a complex. This complex, presence of complex, you can see, which is made up of three important proteins, out of which APC is a important protein, and this complex is called destruction complex, and it basically binds 50% of beta catenin, and the 50% of beta catenin is bound by the E-cadherin, and together these basically they inhibit the cell proliferation. So these both E-cadherin as well as the APC, they act as a tumor suppressor. And this beta catenin is basically destroyed by this APC complex, and the cell basically result are arrested, and there is no cell proliferation. In the second case, we can see when the WNT stimulation is high by the WNT proteins, it result in the signaling and the destruction of this APC complex, or destruction complex is destroyed by the stimulation of WNT protein, and this beta catenin is basically released, and it is free, and it basically goes to the nucleus, and it form a transcription complex with the TCF protein and result in the cell proliferation. And another mechanism is the E-cadherin, which is a transmembrane protein. The role of this E-cadherin is basically to join the adjacent cell. So it acts as a adhesive molecule. So WNT signaling is categorized into two pathways. One is called as beta catenin mediated WNT signaling pathway. Another is non-beta catenin mediated WNT pathway, in which we can see in the first case there is a stabilization of the beta catenin, and that result in the cell proliferation, differentiation and tissue expansion. In the second case, the basically there is no stabilization of beta catenin, and when such pathway occurs, it leads to the cell polarization, cell fate, inflammatory response, and cell migration. So these are the two WNT pathways and having the different functions. So this is again the role. In the absence of WNT protein, we can see the beta catenin is phosphorylated by a protein complex formed by the glycogen synthase kinase, axin, and adenomatous polyposis coli, and casein kinase. So these together, all the three proteins, they will form a destruction complex. So phosphorylation of the beta catenin by this so-called destruction complex lead to its degradation by the ubiquitin proteases, and the cell result, there is no proliferation, and cell is arrested, cell cycle is arrested basically. In the presence of WNT protein, this WNT protein binds to a Fugit receptor and co-receptor LRP56, result in the recruitment of disheveled proteins to the plasma, the recruitment of several components of beta catenin phosphorylation complex and their inhibition. This lead to the accumulation of beta catenin in the cytoplasm, and you can see there is increased cytoplasmic beta catenin, which promotes the translocation to the nucleus and binding to the transcription factor, leading to the transcription of the target genes. So this is the mechanism when the WNT protein, they are present in the cell. This is the diagrammatic overview of the two stages. In the active state, we can see in the inactive state, we can see the receptors, they are apart, and the DSH protein, it is also inactive, and whereas this complex or destruction complex is active, and it basically destroy the beta catenin through the proteasome complex. And in the second case, we can see in the active state, this receptor, they are stimulated by the WNT protein, and there is a dimerization of these two receptors and result in the inhibition of the destruction complex, and the beta catenin is basically free, and this beta catenin basically promote the cell proliferation. So we go through the mutations of these genes. The mutations may be occur due to the point mutation, or there may be the deletion of the genes, or there may be chromosomal translocation. All these together leads to the mutation, and two important mutation are important. One is the APC mutation, and the second one is the E-cadherin mutation. And in this mutation, both the alleles, they should be defective, because these are acting as a tumor suppressor genes. So when the APC mutation occurs, it results in two important malignant conditions. One is called as familial adenomatous polyposis, in which basically in young age there is a formation of thousands of polyps in the colon, and these, by the time these polyps, they undergo adenomatous changes and may convert into malignancy or colorectal carcinomas. Second condition is the colorectal adenocarcinoma, which is in which it is the second stage of the familial adenomatosis polyposis. And other side, we can see the E-cadherin mutation. When both the alleles, they are mutated, it results in the carcinomas of the esophagus, colon, breast, ovary, and prostate, the familial gastric carcinoma. So these are the two important genes which are mutated. So thank you very much for watching this video. I hope this video will be useful for you.